Right now, deep inside your brain, your cerebral cortex is going dark, region by region, and the neuroscientists who discovered it admit they can't stop it. You think you're paying attention, you're not. At this exact second, thousands of columns in your cerebral cortex, your thinking layer, the wrinkled outer shell that makes you are switched off. Silent. Not damaged. Silenced on purpose by your own brain. Scientists call it sparse coding. It means most of your cortex sits dark at any given moment, and only a thin, flickering strip of neurons actually fires. You feel like your mind is fully on. It isn't. It's mostly a blackout with a spotlight moving through it. And the spotlight is not always under your control. Here's the mechanism, and it's stranger than it sounds. Deep in your cortex sit inhibitory interneurons, brain cells whose entire job is to shut other cells up. They release a chemical called GABA, and it acts like a hand clamped over a neuron's mouth. This isn't a flaw, it's efficient design, but under fatigue, stress, or overload, that clamp spreads. Researchers studying something called mind blanking have watched it happen live on brain scans, wide stretches of cortex going quiet all at once, right in the middle of a thought. People describe it as their mind going empty. Not distracted, empty. A void where a thought should be. It can happen mid-sentence, mid-meeting, mid-exam, and it is happening to you more than you realize every single day. The researchers who mapped this, teams studying mind blanking and cortical inhibition, will tell you plainly, they can observe the blackout, but they cannot flip it off. There's no switch. You cannot will your cortex back online by trying harder. In fact, the harder you push, the worse it can get, because effort itself recruits more inhibitory activity to filter out distraction, and sometimes it filters out the thought you needed too. The people who discovered this mechanism study it in labs, publish it in journals, and still go blank in their own meetings. If the experts who named the phenomenon can't outthink it, you are never going to outthink it either. And here's the part that flips everything you were told about focus. You were taught that concentration means clenching down, narrowing your attention, gritting through the fog, doubling your effort. That advice is backwards. Clenched, high-stress focus increases inhibitory clamping across the cortex. It's why cramming under panic makes your mind go blanker, not sharper. It's why the person white-knuckling through an exam suddenly can't recall a single fact they knew cold the night before. Forcing attention doesn't wake the cortex up. It hunts down more neurons to silence because your brain reads stress as a signal to protect its limited bandwidth, not expand it. So what actually reactivates a darkened cortex? Not effort. Arousal, a specific physiological kind. Elite performers, without knowing the neuroscience, stumbled onto the same trick, a short, deliberate jolt of sensory novelty. Cold water on the face, a sudden change of visual field, standing up and moving for 10 seconds. Each of these spikes norepinephrine from deep in the brainstem, and that chemical acts like a master switch, lifting inhibition across broad regions of cortex at once. It's not relaxation, and it's not forcing focus. It's a controlled shock to the system. Studies on elite athletes and surgeons show the same pattern before high-stakes moments, a burst of physical novelty right before performance, never a slow grind into it. They're not warming up. They're waking the cortex back up on purpose in real time. Tonight, don't try to focus harder when your mind goes blank. Instead, break the stillness. Stand, splash cold water, step outside for 10 seconds, change what your eyes are looking at. Do it the moment you notice the fog, not after you've fought it for 20 minutes. That short jolt does what willpower cannot. It interrupts the inhibitory clamp at its source. Use it before a hard conversation, before a test, before anything that demands your full cortex online. It costs you 10 seconds. The blank spot costs you the whole thought, but your cortex isn't the only region silencing itself without your permission tonight. There's a structure buried even deeper, one that decides, while you sleep, which of today's memories survive until morning and which ones it quietly deletes.